unleashing slips. Scroll with me through the fear and ecstasy, where a charting crayon gets 1,000 hearts for free. We'll see every hot take, every plea. I was right in 23.
Trust the vibe, ignore the spreadsheet.
If you want to gauge if hope or panic's in command, if they're building castles or just castles in the sand, want to test if we're all early or just fantasy. Scroll with me. Is it signal? Is it noise? Are we traitors? Are we toys? Every candle, every coin is a cult you can join. Scroll with me, let the chaos be our key. Read the mood like it's a map to some great mystery. You'll see faith and doubt and harmony. I'm all into, I'm set free.
In one day, in one same tweet.
If you want to know if folks are brave or out of time, if they're quietly convicted or have simply lost their minds, then my friend, you found the perfect place to start this stream. So scroll with me.
Oh, GM, and shout out to Yori. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly, for letting me know that the sound wasn't working, because sometimes I just jump into the chair, because that's how I got the setup going, because I showed you this. I showed you the office yesterday if you wanted to see it. And my main objective, my main mission in life, if I had any, but is to be able to sit down and be live with this setup, which I think is pretty decent, pretty high def. Maybe the cartoonness detracts from it, not sure. In like 30 seconds flat, from like literally like opening my laptop to streaming. So sometimes I forget to change the microphone setting, which, StreamYard should really have a default setting, but I digress. GM. It is Tuesday, April 21st. My name is Dude Lifts. Just scroll with me if you're just watching for the first time. Maybe you saw MTS live yesterday, and you're like, wow, I want some more of someone scrolling the timeline. Then fear not, I am here. That's what we do here. We scroll the timeline. We believe a few things. We believe that caffeination and hydration are pillars of vibing. We also believe that the timeline provides. So this is, a little bit, Nikita has been kind of rugging us a little bit, but even then, it's like really Nikita's testing our faith. The timeline provides. Yori says, I like your voice. Know you. That's all I have to say about that. Thank you. But let's go ahead and jump into it. It is Tuesday, April 21st. If you are here, that means you survived Monday, April 20th. So congratulations. And congratulations for finding yourself here. If you know, you know. So let's get into scrolling Twitter. Let's see what's going on. Be like Monty. Be like Yori. Say what's up in the chat. Say G-Scroll. Say, air your deepest, darkest secrets in the chat. All good. All good. But we got David here. Says, CT is the only place on earth where someone can hide behind a cartoon PFP, build a massive following, and get paid for it. I realized a couple days ago, and now we've done hundreds of episodes of this, but a lot of times I'll read the tweet and I'll be like, CT is only, but I'm gonna give it some more effort, to really do the tweet justice, read it as it was meant to be read, but it's all gonna end soon. In the long run, Undocs creators will be less relevant. If crypto ever wants to be taken seriously by the world, it needs that was too long, but we'll get the gist. I want to get to Monty first. So Monty says, what if you had a Scanner Darkly type filter, but in doodles, right? So for those of you who haven't seen Scanner Darkly, incredible movie. Robert Downey Jr., Keanu Reeves, Woody Harrelson, if I'm not mistaken. Great movie. Really killed it with this cell shading that they used for the entire movie. I thought it was fucking awesome. So Monty. Let me be the first to tell you. We're working on it. We are working on it. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry. I'm going to leave the dramatics to getting too dramatic. Yeah. So, and Burnt Toast has talked about this specifically. So this would be what we would call real time AR, real time augmented reality. It's 100% where we're working towards. It's a big part of our roadmap, and I think something that Burnt Toast has said specifically is that, and there's some great irony, is that like in a unironic way, like real time AR with Doodles AI and other filters, but we're definitely leading the charge there. Could like bring about the metaverse. Like you put on your Ray-Ban Meta glasses and you can now see the world through Doodles lens. Like that could really happen. Monty says rotoscoping. Oh, that's okay. Like being able to distinguish a character from the background, maybe. That's interesting too. I feel like Monty, if you called out rotoscoping and Scanner Darkly, I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that you watch Corridor Digital on YouTube, and I'm just going to believe that about you. But we've got Kuya in the chat saying G scroll to you, sir, and then Yori responding with G scroll. Be like that. Oh, but to get to this tweet, because now we've been streaming for almost 10 minutes and haven't read a single tweet, and that's the vibes. I don't make the rules, but so. And this is response to Whale saying the doxification of CT is increasingly becoming cringe. I don't want to see 10 selfies of you every day on my timeline. I posted a video of myself yesterday. All good. Tweet about crypto. If you want to post selfies, go to Instagram. No one posts Instagram selfies on Instagram. All good. But I don't know. Yes, it's a text-based platform. They're embracing more video stuff, and so I'm like, I also think that like, me personally, I think you can be a doxed creator. Hate the title creator, anyways. Just literally like copying on camera and yapping, and then some people like watching it. So cool, sick. If that makes me a creator, then Elon, eat your heart out. But it's like I have a Doodles PFP. And I'm not weird about it. I am my doodle is me, but I'm not like out here being like, I need to put my face as a PFP because I need to build my personal brand and I need people to recognize me. Like I place so little value on being undoxed or doxed. Doesn't matter to me. So I'm like, I like yapping. Sometimes that means I need to be on camera because sometimes I think I can articulate my thoughts better than I can write and read, maybe because I'm uneducated. But yeah, if that means that I'm doxed and cool, I guess. I don't know. I also think there's a great irony, and I'm like, from Whale posting this, I'm like, my guy just posts paid partnerships like once a day. Like, I don't know. So I'm like, someone could fire back and say like the paid partnershipification of crypto Twitter is making it cringe. I'm like, if you had to make me choose between someone authentically posting docs video content and kind of paid agency slop, then I know which one I'm choosing. So there's that. But okay, we've got Base here saying, no, your logo can't just be a blue square. My honest reaction. Yeah. Shout out to Base for that. Now, did they actually change their logo back? I know they got a little lost in the weeds. They got a little lost in the gradient sauce. So maybe they're back at it. Stat says, yeah, I'm all for this. I know that triggers some of you, but I got no issue with freezing North Korean stolen funds. Let's see here. Arbitrum, I'm just going to go ahead and say not interested because we not interested. Yeah, so the Arbitrum Security Council froze like 30,000 ETH that were related to the Kelp DAO. If you were here yesterday, Kuya says Wale Dubai. Is whale Chubai? These are the questions that the important questions we answer here. So I forgot when I learned about Chubai, it was incredible. This is the dumbest story. At some point, I was recording a series of videos up with Roham and Deet. So Deet is the co-founder and CTO of Flow, and Roham is co-founder of Flow, CEO of Dapper Labs. And so some of the most incredible consumer product minds, builders in crypto, in technology more broadly, to be fair. I'm sitting with them in their office, just the two of us on a Saturday, three of us on a Saturday. And someone said something about being chopped. And I was like, yeah, well, it could be worse. You could be Chubai. And they're like, oh, Chubai. And so what is that? And Roham is originally from Dubai or lived there for some time. And so I was like, oh, well, it's, this meme of Dubai chocolate, kind of jumping the shark, and then there's being chopped. And so if you're chopped and Dubai chocolate, then you're Chubai. So I had to explain Chubai to, these giants in the space. And so that was a good time. It was a good time. Had a good chuckle about that. But, as it relates to Arbitrum freezing the funds, yeah, some people were like, oh my gosh, this means they're not decentralized. And I'm like, the way that they spelled this out, I've been behind these kind of crisis comms, so I understand this intimately. They talked about the Security Council. I don't know what the Arbitrum Security Council is. Now, I'm giving them a lot of benefit of the doubt. I'm sure, whatever. Just because they froze funds does not mean it's not decentralized. Now, granted, did they probably get together 51% of network validators, get them to vote to freeze funds? Probably not. So are they truly decentralized? Probably not. But I think a lot of people assume that if you can freeze funds, that means you're not decentralized. But you can still freeze funds if it's called a 51% attack. It can happen, I think, on Ethereum, on Bitcoin, whatever, on decentralized networks. That's kind of the point. It happened with Nouns. Nouns is a great example. Nouns is like the most decentralized bullshit of all time. And I think 50% or whatever the quorum was got together and liquidated some of the treasury, in return for their NFTs. And so that can absolutely happen on a decentralized network. I know that's kind of not what we're discussing here. Monty said that he would have thought it was China Dubai. Wouldn't have been a bad guess for Chubai. MC says G Scroll. G Scroll to you. Good sir. Look at that devil PFP. Look at that handsome devil. And I think that's legit. Not sure what's legit, but you're legit. Let's see here. Okay, 2 questions from Lashmi here. Why should Azuki go to $100,000? I can see Pudgy Penguins there. Azuki, on the other hand, I honestly don't. Since when do we measure floor price in dollar value? I am used to valuing it in ETH, not in USD. Can't be the only one, right? I mean, okay, so we got two points here. Valuing USD versus ETH. I'm a huge fan of crypto native value, all good. The reason why we're not valuing NFTs in USD, OpenSea is valuing NFTs in USD. The reason is because they're trying to create the most abstracted experience. You can buy an NFT on 37 chains from OpenSea. It's absurd. With the touch of a button. It's so easy. You just click, I want to buy NFT. That uses Relay, I think, under the hood. I'm assuming that's still what they use. And it goes, oh, would you like to use this token you have in your wallet? Just picks one or picks whatever you're the most of. I'm not sure what the exact thing is, what the exact kind of schema there is. And then you just buy it and it swaps it for you and it's all good. So it's because there are so many network tokens, so many things, it values it in the most common currency, which is the US dollar. There's some stablecoin narrative there. So it's yeah, 1 ETH equals 1 ETH, but there's a product reason for them doing that. It would be really hard to be do you want to buy this NFT for 1 ETH and it's going to cost you 200 Bera? And you're I don't know. What? Am I losing money? Am I gaining money? Is this good? Is this bad? It's no. So they just price everything in USD. It's fine. Then the first question of why should Azuki go to $100,000? I can see Pudgy Penguins here. Azuki, on the other hand, I honestly don't. Not a strong case. It's just I can see Pudgy's there, but Azuki, honestly not. I don't know what to say. They both have product verticals. If the Azuki TCG should hit, it's a hits-based business, but they definitely have a stacked team and are hedging their bets with what they're doing, then that would be good. Whether the collectible's worth $100,000 after that, I'm not sure. Could say the same thing about Pudgy's. Love this. I knew the Kuya would be a fan of these. I saw you minted a couple of these. It's great. Okay, Greg Eisenberg says you can be extremely. Oh my! What the heck? All right, we got Trap Tifa in the chat saying GM. G scroll, you good sir. Monty said, I also think as humans we still value in USD. Yeah, I don't know if there's a human nature component to it, but like the USD is the kind of like denominated currency. It will be the stablecoin currency of the globe likely, and so it's like that. Unless the US dollar like explodes and something terrible happens, and we look for something that's more stable, then we can denominate in ETH. I don't know, but it seems like the easiest route to do, the most kind of like easy, simple. And I know OpenSea has posted at length about that. Maybe Chris Mattern or Adam Hollander, and so I'm sure they could speak more eloquently than I just described it. I'm just a girl that's window shopping Pudgy Penguins NFTs right now. Yes, love that. That's so great. Okay, we got a little Let's do a little welcome to monitoring the situation. MTS Live. Few reports from today indicate that an Indian tanker fell for a fake IRGC crypto scam. They paid USDC to the scammers. Circle. Didn't mean to insult you, that you would be involved in crime. Thinking that they could now pass through freely, and got shot at by the real IRGC forces. First time a crypto transaction has led directly to maritime warfare? ? I don't know. Someone just said that James, what is it? Oh, I can't think of his name. James Franco meme with like the noose. It's like first time, like welcome to crypto, baby. You just got scammed. Hey, so funny. Imagine, I don't know how the setup works, but imagine them just like holding the QR code. And they're like, no, you scan it here. Make sure to paste this wallet address and be careful because the scammers may have dusted some USDC. So don't just paste the last address you sent it to, even if you gotta paste. This is the one. Can you confirm that you're sending the stablecoins at this address? If you don't go here, we're gonna, we've got Dimcat in the chat who's on their opinion arc GM to you. Let's see here. Dan Ribeiro. Thrilled to be working with companies like DoorDash, Stripe, Coastal, and ARQ. These words are not in the Bible. No, this is really cool. That they will hopefully be accepting stablecoins. In what context, not sure. We'll have to wait to see how it all shakes out, but things we love to see. Louis here, East London maxing. I mean, shit. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. I respect it. Dude, look, this is the kind of aesthetic posting we need, All right, let's see here. Let's give it a little refresh while we'll get a little coffee. Hopefully it'll run it back. Oh. All right, we've got Digital Spenders Club. Good morning. What objects have you been finding useful lately? That's like a fucking, that's a crazy question. What objects? I mean, no, but Digital Spenders Club, awesome. They are some unsung heroes in the space right now, especially kind of like bear market vibes. Like when the bull market comes back, you get all the DMs like, "Yo, let me make you a custom sneaker." You know what I'm talking about. But this crew is top shelf. They just put out a boot, and I'll show you. And I'm gonna give them some fucking airtime because they deserve it. Look at these jaunts. I mean, what? Look at these boots. Incredible. These are real. I messaged them and I've talked to their team. So the Digital Spenders Club team has former team members from the Shoe Surgeon. I believe it's out of LA, maybe in Las Vegas as well. These are real. Like, that is sick. In the age of AI, everyone's probably just like, oh, is that AI? Nope. Real. So yeah, Digital Spenders Club, I'm telling you, they're making some of the highest quality stuff in the game right now. So definitely be looking out for them. Let's see here. Mitchell here, founder after doing the launch with us and getting 2 million views and 800K in leads. Nice. Oh, Dilly. Big stream week. Less than 100 spots remain for Wednesday's. Dude, they'd be streaming. I still don't know what Dilly is, but that that duffel bag they made for Pudgy Penguins. Speaking of Pudgy Penguins merch, S tier. S tier. Incredible. Let's keep going here. Oh, okay. We talked about this yesterday. The Palantir merch, the lightweight Palantir chore coat. Let's inspect. Okay, so we got a little print here, or maybe that's not a print. Let's do a little inspect here. Okay, we got a little embroidered logo. What are we got? Made in America. All right, I'm out. Okay, but I mean, I guess I get it. It's Palantir, so you probably have to make it in America. But dude, you pay respects to Saint Michel. Pay respects to La Labor. Yeah, Kuya says thought it was the Doodles chore coat. Yeah, because was Doodles early to the vintage French chore coat game? Of course. You know? So everyone wearing chore coats this season. Doodles did it like, 2 years ago. That's all I'm saying. And if I didn't have these headphones on, I would show off my custom chore coat because I've got one with my popsicle all over it. And I wore that jacket in the streets of Toronto, getting a coffee on my way to go to Burnt Toast House to chat about my future role at Doodles and hang out and vibe. And this woman stopped and she said, "That's a great jacket. That put a smile on my face. Thank you." And I was like, "Thank you for telling me." You know what I mean? And that's a real story. So we move on. Moon Overlord says, going to start replying to more comments because 90% of them aren't InfoFi slotbots anymore. That's true, but they are mostly still bots though. So yeah. Abstract Global Wallet is the most adopted smart contract wallet. Smart contract wallet. Okay. Yeah, I don't have any reason to disagree with that. Portal 2 here's here with a new team and a new strategy. That's crazy. God, remember when Portal had an absolute chokehold on the space? I feel like Portal actually kind of like kicked off InfoFi to some degree. I don't remember which was first, Portal or PackMoon. Portal or PackMoon. But it was a good time. It was a good time. We were all portaling. All right, let's see. Name a Pokemon without the letter A. Onyx. Was that difficult? Was that supposed to be difficult? Mew. Yeah, okay. Let's see what Tarek here from Kolsch has to say. Excuse me. As society gets more complex, the number of important decisions will grow exponentially. Prediction markets will scale the number of markets to price each of these extra space. Is that an extra space? Is that an extra? Oh my God. Bro. Let's try to figure out what happened here. Let's read it. We'll go back and then we'll assess. Prediction markets will scale the number of markets to price each of these dimensions. AI will help synthesize and make sense of these prices. Imagine making a tweet talking about AI that was going to synthesize the complexities of reality and adding an extra space. Synthesize that, But if my man here says that life is going to be more complex, yeah, I believe it. Yeah, and I welcome that future. All right, let's give one little refresh. We got 30 seconds on the clock. You know what I'm saying? See what the timeline provides, and it's the same tweet from Abstract. But let's go to Eddie here. The first timeline native news network that's always on. One day later, and it's not on. I really thought 24 hours would have been so genius. Like we've talked about doing 24-hour spaces or streams before on Twitter. Buddies and I like kind of a pirate radio vibe. You can get different hosts, different time zones. They really think it would hit. I think it would be awesome. Maybe someday. But yeah, it's interesting. And they've been getting a lot of flack. Most of it unfair, to be fair. But I think they just kind of went out with a bang and they made noise. And so I guess they got kind of every action has the equal opposite reaction. But I'm certainly looking forward to seeing what they continue to do, to be honest. I'm not judging them at all. If you look back at the first episode of Scroll With Me, my God. And Scroll With Me is the fucking 10th thing that I've done. You know what I mean? So Yeah, crazy. But with that, it is 9 a.m. It is Tuesday, April 21st. And so it looks like MTS is live again. I'm seeing it on my other screen here. So with that, I hope you all have an excellent day. The timeline provides. Don't forget it. And until next time, I'll see you in the timeline.